I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is May 5th, Monday, 2025. Hope you had a good day today and a good weekend. So we have this simple structure. We made a higher high on Friday, right? And then could be a higher low if it's a bullish week, right? Too early to tell, but we are bouncing on this breakout area from NFP, right? Yes, on Friday. Squeeze as much as we can. Price held at the bottom of that old week gap. Beautiful, right? And then it just pushed up, right? Now, bullish or bearish, this is a higher high, that's a higher low. You're going to make a higher high or it's going to fail. What are they doing by coming up here? We're squeezing out sellers to the left. Real simple, right? This little projection here, you can see that we came back down to the 2 to 2.5 pretty much. And then you also have, again, there's a lot going on here because there's so much stuff, but it's not much. It's the same levels from Thursday and Friday, right? We're looking at, I'm going to move this over, but we have that volume imbalance, the gray gap, the bearish daily imbalance here in pink, and then one below it, right? So that's pretty much it. So, again, projecting here and then coming down to 2 to 2.5, and then with this little switch here, you can see 2 to 2.5 is up here. Plus, we have that present week gap in the purple, darker purple, always the darker purple, right? So I'll also have 50% of that bearish daily imbalance as well. Beautiful right there. Tags in and then is selling off now. Of course, they do it at the end of the day. But let's take a look here real quick. Oh, you don't say. Super algorithmic today. Just couldn't get any beautifuler than that. What's it called? Let me do something real quick just to show you something. See that? Well, I ain't even gonna go there. Forget it. So if we look on the 1 minute here, you can see at 8 o'clock here, over here. Where is it? Here. Yep. See this? So we're bouncing it there. We sweep there. We come above. We shift over that lower high right there. We shift. We come right back into the imbalance. We tap the bottom of that that old week gap. So, okay, pushes up here, comes to the 50 of it. So there's not too much shit on my chart, okay? So again, bear daily imbalance. Down here as well, we have the gray gap. We have the pink gap as well, okay? I'm sure you've been following. Measuring this low to this high because that's the lower high, the lower low, and we shift above it as well there. This is an early indication here when you switch above this here and then you come back. Notice the 25% level, 50% level here, 25% level above, and then that's the high of that gap. In the pink, you can see I got it quadded as well, right? That's all that's going on here. There's nothing else, okay? Plus, we got the opening range gap. Where's 50 right there? Boom. Oh, why is it nested with the bottom 25% of this bearish daily imbalance? Beautiful. All algorithmic. Okay? Not random at all. So what do we do? Well, we got this imbalance here. We end up tagging it. Boom. Coming in just for breakout traders pushing buy right here to getting flow right here, right? So 930, just a shakeout, right? Low, high. Low, high, lower, low, higher, high, lower, low. And it's a buy, sell, buy day in the general speaking. Why? Well, okay, we already have a higher high and a higher low, right? And that's how you have to look at it. Like, or previous high, higher low, new higher high. I mean, if we keep it simple, that's what's happening here. But we know things tail, right? But what am I trying to say here? So that being said, oh, you can see I measured this little swing right here. See this little swing, low, high, higher, high, and then we break through it. So you got it, measuring it down at 2 to 2.5. Comes below it, lower more, but obviously it's just kind of hanging out in there, right? But and then the intention is to push up. Where if you buy this, you could take it to 1 1/2, take it to 2 2.5 as we did, which is also coupled with the week gap, right? Current week, right? And then sealing more of that opening range gap, getting really high to it. And then we're selling off again, right? For what? Easy buyers. But Let's go back to this so you can see it here. And then so 930. So we push up again. Just remember the levels here, man, because I know it's kind of a lot, but I'm trying to. These are the 4 levels here quadded, and then these are 4 level quadded on the pink right here on that volume imbalance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bottom. That's it. Nothing else going on there, right? And then that's the high of the gray gap. So anyways, I'm making a long video for nothing. We push up and then we come down to sweep this low that they made here at 931 right here. And then also this guy right here, right? And then they leave that guy. So a good understanding that's a higher high and a higher low, and the leg pushing up, right? Even if we're bullish or bearish, it doesn't matter. But in general speaking, if you're pushing up, you want to see that kind of flow. You get that here, right? You get a low here, you tag it. What's that right there? That's the bottom 25% of the gray gap, right? Can't miss it. That's algorithmic. Pushes it. That's a discount. Pushes it up. Boom. Comes up to the gap here of the pink volume balance, and also just keep in mind here, see that level right there, that is the bottom 25% of the opening range gap. That's 50%, that's the 75%, and then that's the previous settlement, okay? So it's all nested right there, okay? And then there is a midnight level, which is yeah, I know, so many damn lines. I don't know why that's the midnight level right there. You see this right here? See this level right there? Keep in mind. So midnight level, we have the 25% of that volume imbalance as well, and then we have the top 25. I'm sorry, the bottom 25% of the opening range gap. See that 3 level? 1, 2, 3, right there. Right. So that's tagging that. We come back into this inversion here. And you can see X marks the spot on 50%. Beautiful. What's that level? That's 930. Ooh, what is that level that level nested with? Oh, 50% of the gap. You gotta see these details. They're literally the same level. All right, so we push up again for a new high. We retrace back. X marks the spot, sweeps the 930 level. I've made plenty of videos about this. Another buy, pushing up. So higher high, higher low. This becomes the new high right here. Comes straight to the 50 here. Perfect. Beautiful. I sniped this sell all the way back to the 930. You get the first imbalance here. 939 right here, including the gap. Push it out. You'll see we come back down to it here, which is the top 25%. It's nested with that imbalance. And then push up, failed high. And this is 2 drives back down to sweep that 930 level again. Not to take out that guy, but to snipe those people who got in right here, which is difficult, and people who are moving up their stop. But in reality, this is just the real flow here. I'm going to just do this so it, I say that I did it. I know it's kind of sloppy. Just hold on a second. But you will see. Yeah, I need to kind of do this real quick. Okay. And then you can see a shift right here, but I'm not going to include that. But here, right there, there's your kind of like your official break, right? So lower, higher low, higher high, 2 drives down, higher low. All right, and then this is pretty much all one leg, but I could just, for the intraday perspective and understanding, I'm just going to do this structure like this for a second. Oh, look at the 50 again. That's the 50 plus that 25% bearish daily imbalance. I got it stopping right here. See this? It's quadded right here in this area. See this? See this? All right, and then we get to the current week gap here, and then reverse at the 250, and then, what are we doing? Obviously, we're hunting all these higher lows, right? So, and if I didn't include this, then I would just say it's all, one leg there, because the bigger swing, right? So you can use, obviously, the intraday structure to push up and the bigger swings for logical price action. And sorry, definitely tired today. And just beautiful. Can you see that? You see all this, right? You got the 950 to 950 right here. Time for getting into the first imbalance. Body's kind of hanging out a little bit, but that's why I'm hovering over this bearish inversion here, because instead of highlighting this imbalance on the 943, you could see it sealing it right there, which is in a nice rebalance signature of also pushing up more. But what was I going to say? Using the gap, you can see that we have 50%. Beautiful right there, tagging it twice. But this is time involved here with the 950, and then boom, straight to the 50 of the opening range gap. That right there is also coupled with, on the 15-minute, obviously, you see this high right here for pre-London almost, right? See that right here? See that high? Come up and squeeze that guy out right there. This is a control of price right here. So let me do this. I knew that was gonna. If it fails or not, but you can see here we broke on Friday right there, and then we just paused, and then we had this little control price here, and then see how it fans out that way, all right, and then comes right back up. Look at these oh boy. So pushing up again. The thing is remember, we're talking about, are we going to be selling off? I mean, this made sense, but the structure's there. You kind of like don't want to fight it. But we've already hit this resistance area here on the macro level, right on the higher time frame, right? So, and just so you know, I'm gonna make sure I say it now, so you knew I said it before. I have this little quad area here from there. That's the monthly. That's a monthly imbalance. I'm not gonna highlight the whole thing because I got all these present or previous weeks like in there. So it's to the left here, right? Notice how we came up, well, we tagged the bottom of it first, which was on Thursday. I'm not sure if I even mentioned this Thursday, but Friday, I think I mentioned this Friday, didn't I? Or maybe not. I don't know. But then we pushed up in Friday here, using that daily bearish one very nicely here, as we know, which is March 26th, right? Oh, look at that. Oh, I fucking knew it, bro. That's why I can't trade all day. But anyways, as the new week. Okay, so by the way, that's what that is, right? And it's quadded. If it's weak and it's going to sell off, I don't expect it to even go past this 25%, which is what we did Friday, and we just reached short of it today. 50 might be in play if we push up for another push up. Let's just see what this does. But in general speaking, once we came all the way back to wipe out these easy sellers, now you're like, okay, do we need to push up a little higher to wipe out these guys, then come up to here, which would be like kind of like that low, and then it's a nice beautiful range for a lower high, and then we roll over if we're in a bearish economy. If not, then I'm expecting higher highs and higher lows to go through. But at the same time, I have a feeling that this might be the lower high. But again, you can see us squeezing up there. There's so much to say. On the 4 hour, I'm going to squeeze it up. But you can see how we got into that bearish imbalance when they broke out right there, right? And then now we're coming up to clean that up. Now the algorithm is going to say, hey, we came up here and we fucked all those people up selling, right? Now we want to come and sell. And that's why I should have trusted myself, but that's okay. I was done for today anyway, but I knew this was going to be a fucking beautiful sell, man. How? Because of that 250. We already hit today's gap, and then it's already like fair delivery, even though there's a little bit of miniature space up there. So I don't know if we come up for that one more time or not. But in this leg to push up, this could be all push one, retrace back, and then to push through for a new drive up as we make the leg from higher low to higher high. If we don't get that, then obviously we're bearish and we'll sell off. But look at the algorithmic structure, delivery as well, man. Just beautiful. Look where we're coming right back to. Oh, what's that? That's the gray. That's the gray imbalance. I'm sorry, the gray gap. All week gap. Look at that. We got the midnight level right there. We have the 25% here. Look at the 50% opening range gap. So we pushed up. We tagged the 50 of the bearish daily imbalance. You can see I got it all separated. Should be very clean to see. And then boom, right to the 50 here. coupled with that bottom 25%, push back up underneath, right to that 50 again, boom, right to the 25 midnight level and that gray gap. They're nested, and then this is also, whoops, this is also being used as well. Look at that. Look at that 25% with that low. I'm going to drag it out. I know I need to. Just going to leave it like that so you can kind of see it here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I need to get out of this damn area already so it doesn't. All right. Anyways, so you see that here. Boom, right there. Bounces to that 50. Then comes down to this 50. Then comes down, seals it. See how it seals it? Right? And we're here, man. So, I felt like I was going to say something here. I don't want to make this long, dude. So, again, we were higher low here. 15-minute. We pushed up. Plenty of drives up here. Overbought. Now we're selling off on the 15-minute. Am I missing something here? The measurement, I also updated this just to see. Here, it looks good. I measured this whole swing down, coming down here. I didn't do here, but I did here. And you can see 1 and 1.5. Could be a good place to sell. Obviously, it's fucking selling. But a little too early to tell. And even if I did this. Ooh. And that's showing you Friday. Damn near same level. Hit that 1 standard deviation right there. And it stopped. Now, I mean, it's, for me, this looking a little like it's about to crack. And why do I say that is because, well, I mean, you know, we got these higher highs, push here and then retrace. Expansion, retrace. Expansion, retrace. So we were looking for an expansion at a general gist. It's still early in the week though. What I was looking for as to be a seller, that we wanted to pop up in here, but it was such a slow grind, I left it alone. But to get this breakout area, boom, we pushed through. You see this imbalance right here on this candle? Just to come up and make a lower high and a failed lower high, and it might be. So, but they just pushed too much all the way to the open. But because we're all up here, I'm expecting some type of rollover. We have some gaps here, obviously, as you know, and liquidity that's built right now. This range from here to there can also be the play. So higher low, here's higher high. We retrace back into this imbalance, and we push through. And Friday closes. Monday comes back into the NFP of obviously Friday, as we had NFP, and we came and we squeezed most of them out. So boom, buying again. So it was logical to keep coming up, but you personally would want it to come down, I guess, to hunt liquidity. That's a breakout level as well. See, they didn't do a good job there, and then do somebody to buy here, right? Which was at Asia, and not many people in Asia, but we'll probably come down and get these guys right here. Past 3 days liquidity, so low, and that low. That's also a third day of trading, and then you have that. So, logically coming and retracing back into here for this push out NFP. They're trying to pretend it's fair and all that, but nice liquidity built with higher lows, right? So then come in just like this, just kind of like this price action here, where we pushed up, right? We built these higher lows here, right? 4 of them, rated it. So in this case, I'm expecting that probably Asia to London push that bitch down. I'll wake up and it's already here. We'll see, but that higher low, that higher low, that higher low. So it looks like they're doing it at the end of the day here. But let me see here real quick. And just hunting for all the liquidity. And I was gonna say something here, but as you can see here, to 1 and 1.5, 2 to 2.5 here for holding that. But again, I'm looking at this like in the swinging type of thing. This is move 1, move 2. We were already coming down at 8 o'clock. We did that. Move 3 would be up, right? And in move 3, which is the push up, as you see, you get the higher low structure, right? Higher low structure. So technically move 1, move 2, move 3, move 4, right? And then move 5, moves. Why did I count that? This retracement, and then the next move, which is what? Look how it bounced. Look at that. That's it's algorithm, man. This ain't random. Pushed right up, right, and then coming back. So we're stuck in between this 2 to 2.5 and that 2 to 2.5, right? See that? Where did we go? Where did we go? Now let's just say it doesn't make a new low, okay? All right, then I would expect it to bounce up. Maybe it comes back to this 50. Maybe it comes back to this first imbalance, uses it as support, and keeps pushing it up. That would be like in a perfect world if we were trading, right? And I know we got FOMC this week, so I have a strong feeling that once everyone thinks, well, everyone's buying because they think there's going to be a rate cut, and they're not going to rate. They're not going to cut any rate. So I think that's going to give false expectations, and then it's just going to be the reason why we so-called come right back down to wipe out these easy buyers here, and so on. Here, what do we have? I would like to come into this bearish daily imbalance here on the 50 level. That will take out those guys and take out the breakout traders, and algorithmically it will just come right back to it. Like a speaker, when we're on the top of ranges, you see the speaker here, manipulation. We see this right here. You had the same thing here. And then now that we're up here, you can possibly be a part of a bigger speaker. And I don't even have to draw that, but you can see that and then dip into here for late buyers, and it'd be this be the higher low, that'd be the higher high here, and then we retrace somewhere in here, and kind of like this little flow right here in structure. But we'll see. But the play today was, for me, beautiful on the buy and the sell. That low rating, and then this time right here. Bouncing off that inversion right to the 50. Boom. So 50 right there. And then from the 50, selling right back to that sweep. Very, very awesome. Obviously, if it's a higher low, then you'll make a new high. Done there. Wasn't even involved. So, okay, this is me making a long video for nothing now, and then 22 minutes. Okay, so also we had a nice lower low here with NAS, and then we had higher lows at the time. So that was kind of showing the strength, and then you could see S&P sweeping that low, and then we had higher lows with Dow and NAS. So we had lower low there, and then popped right back in, and then it's just gone, right? Up here we have a lower high here. You can see with Dow, and then higher lows there, making it retrace pretty deep, but again, it's still anyone's ball game there. So kind of sort of in a neutral sense. Could we keep digging back up to slowly get the people up there? We'll see. But I mean, if you ask me, it's like, okay, this is a nice lower high that we've built coming up here. I would like to see it do that. But hey, let the price tell me what to do, right? And then dollar here is also still playing around. So I mean, I would assume that dollar would like to rebound up, right? Especially coming into May, seasonality, dollar is going to go up, right? And then, oh, look at that. Just bounced. Where? Body's respecting 50% of that first bounce. Top 25% of that gray gap. We might see a big push up. If not, keep rolling. I don't care. I don't know. It's not in the window of trading, so we'll see what they do with Asia and London and all that fuckery, right? But could be a nice support. We'll see. I don't think it will. I don't think it should. I think they've already accomplished what they need to do up here. Now it'd only be, coming back down. We'll see. But right now, just keep it flowing simple. Push up 1, retrace 2, push up 3, You got to retrace 4. You're looking for a push up 5. If you don't get that, or this is just still move number 3, pushing up, you don't see that. And this is a pretty deep drop for it to still keep going up, in my opinion. So I would like to see it come back to the 50 here. You know, maybe this 50 of the volume imbalance, retrace back, be stuck, use as resistance, come below, then probably use this. You know, I got that 25% there too. But anyways, and use this in the future as resistance to come lower. We'll see. It's still early in the week, and it could be a very nice shakeout week. And then pretty much everything, all the movement is, and it's really not going anywhere. Here's NVIDIA. So it's like, did that just break out right here and retrace to push up? Maybe. There's nice liquidity there. They didn't take this guy out. They have an imbalance there. They have those guys there. Could we pop up? Very similar to this here. As you see, push all the way back. Once we broke and once we had all these buyers, we come back down to wipe them out, and then we continue up. I would like to see that. So we came all the way down here. We're pushing up, right? And then we're still pushing up here. Is that right there where we don't fall down, but we keep pushing up? But for me, it would be somewhere to get into there, to get these guys out. If they're really slick and dirty, they won't bring it above this high. But it's very difficult to. This is a very difficult situation right here, you know. But right now, we just got to keep saying that it's bullish. Forget the news. Forget the macro level is just. We came down to wipe out liquidity. Now we're gonna pop up to wipe out sellers. So right now we're still in that higher low flow until I get a break and a retrace, and we'll see if we reverse that way, right? Let me go to Dow. That's why I feel like it's just super suspect that we make this lower high and then fall down and wipe out all these people, because they already came up and took care of them. Now they have a gap here for Dow. They did hit these breakout levels very close to the gaps. They didn't touch them. They don't have to, but it would have been nice if they did. Makes me believe that we might still pop up again. I don't know, but just real 50-50. I mean, look at the high to the low. You can see, you know, we're sitting dead center. But I would like for them to just pop up again for Dow and then roll over. And then, but that might have been it. And then S&P, as you can see here, we get into that nicely to that gap and the bearish daily imbalance right there on S&P, which is the March 28th. If you are a new viewer, and then you'll see, damn near sealed it perfectly right there. Oh, obviously a little more. But look at that. I mean, we tapped there, and this is, to be honest with you, man, that shit, you know, we should have been up. We should have kept going up. So I just feel like a big drop's coming. Bullish or bearish, it doesn't fucking matter. But we'll see. This is a nice lower high, in my opinion, on the macro view. If you know, and then we could roll over. Not how quickly, it could take its time, but too much higher lows here, liquidity, and breakout right here, and unfinished business with, you know, and that's what I was saying about NVIDIA, right? So like when they did this, right, they made a high and they dropped it back down, pushed it up into looking like a lower high, came back down and stopped, squeezed all these buyers, and then they push up again. So in this case, it would be like, okay, you know, is that the lower high to then come back down to then go back up, right? Or are we just not done making the lower high and then we come back down once we push up here and kind of get them all out, then we buy up, you know, from a retrace back now in that case, right? And that's kind of like the logic I'm kind of going with. But again, we'll see what they do here. But hope this is not too complicated. Again, we're stuck in this range here. To the 2 to 2.5, and then the pop up to the 2 to 2.5. So it's looking heavy. We might want to get to this 3.5 to 4. More of this breakout area. I like this daily bearish imbalance here. I like algorithmically coming to it. If we use it as resistance, this this gray gap, we come underneath it, you know, and start doing that. I'd like to hit this 25%, 50%. We'll see. Matches with this breakout level here, right above that. See that? Boom. Make sure to get them. But just sitting in the first amount. Yeah, not a coincidence, right? Algorithmically hugging it. So, all right. So I'm coming back because I almost forgot to let me just draw the projections. I don't know why I didn't do it. So if this is a failed high, then obviously I want to see it, you know, coming here. This is option 1 for being bearish. And then that's really pretty much it. Or, you know, maybe we'll pop up into there real quick, you know, and then do something like that. We'll see. Azelon can do anything. If we're bullish, I wouldn't want it to come any lower now than even from now. I want to just go straight back up here. I just really don't see this happening. But getting to here, you know, maybe we'll use that 50% of that monthly imbalance right there to the tick. Come right to it and then roll over. But, you know, if we're going to go up here one more time, that was how I would look. So you got the downside coming and then the push up from here if we're bullish. Now, again, I don't, they could do this. So this very possible too, where, you know, we just come down, we sweep this. We get to a higher low. It might even come here. And then go continue back up. So we'll see. All right. You guys take care and God bless.